There's the red dot.
That red dot means we are recording.
We are recording.
I understand.
Okay, well, what are we doing out here?
We are out on the lease. We are varmint hunting, pig hunting. We're going.
Are we in New Mexico
No, sir.
or Florida?
We're in Burnett, Texas.
Burnett, Texas.
Burnett, Texas.
That's right. Well, Tyler is behind the camera right now with a red 40 cap on.
Right.
That's how you're being able to see us right now. Otherwise, we'd just be black, nothing.
Right. Yes, sir.
But Matt has a little Exterminator 2 feeder light set up over here.
Not just one. We have several around the ranch.
Oh, well, see,
But
new news to me.
Let's go show them.
Let's check this one out.
We check out the Exterminator 2 feeder light by Sniper Hog Light.
Okay, one of the cool features about this particular spot is Matt doesn't have this set up with a traditional feeder.
Nope.
That has a spinner plate.
Mm-hmm.
He actually has a good old cannon feeder up here. So instead of using the light to cover the feeder, he actually covers the feeding area.
Correct.
So if you have a feeding area or a bait pile or something, that's where this right here could come in handy.
Yep.
If you're wanting to keep constant light on hogs, predators, so they're used to the
Water
red
hole.
light, anything.
Yep. Anything.
So let's check this bad boy out.
So what we did, I'll put a little bit more light on it for you guys.
Shed some light on this situation.
But what we did here is, of course, we got a little 2-inch pipe, stuck it in the ground, nothing fancy. I mean, there's no concrete, no nothing. Got it up on a pole high enough for the cows don't rub it, any other animals. Not that you need to, but this is the preference of ours. But, of course, then we've got our 20-watt solar panel up top. You've got your Sniper Hog Light Exterminator 2 feeder lights. And, of course, you've got your LEDs themselves right here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 12,000 square feet, correct? That this will light
12,000
up.
square feet. Because these heads are actually fully focusable.
Correct.
So we can screw it. If whatever feeding area you have, whether you're bow hunting or you're gonna rifle hunt, you can actually mount this up to 200 yards away from your feeder.
Right.
So if you have a blind set up at 100, 150 yards, you can mount this straight on your blind and have it light up your whole feeding area.
What I like is, like I said, I've had a few bow spots and I've got rolling barrels. And so what the rolling barrels does, the pigs come in, it's like a game to them. They just sit in one area and they just roll that barrel around. So I'm able to take these lights and zoom it in and get a concentrated area for bow hunting because it's a tight area with lots of shrub and trees around it. But then you got open areas like this where we have cannon feeders that are thrown across into an open area.
Right.
So it's nice to be able to flood out and get a bigger area, and it's also nice to have that the secluded area, as a bait pile or a water hole or something like that. That's what I love about the Sniper Hog Lights and the Exterminator 2 feeder lights.
Well, another cool feature is that they just came out with the new 12-volt lithium-ion batteries for these, which are rated for 6 to 9 years.
Yes.
So they also come with at least a 2-year warranty.
Right.
A lot of people don't really know that, but they do. So if you are in the market for a feeder light, this, I promise you, will be the last feeder light I would ever buy.
I mean, this specific one right here, for instance, has been up for 4 years for sure. It's been out in the elements. There's nothing wrong with it. We actually switched out the new battery.
To the lithium ion?
Just because it's a new battery that Sniper came out with, so we want to put the best that they have into the best units that we can possibly do, and this is it. I mean, and this is a setup. It's been out for 4 years. It's still rocking hard. And have no problems.
Some of our places down in more in the Victoria area, the steel braided line comes in handy because we actually have these mounted on either 4x4s. In some spots we had them mounted to the trees. So the steel braided line keeps you from having your squirrels, birds, anything else that can have the opportunity to get on it and break that wire from being able to chew through it. Another good feature of this is I'd asked Matt if he had his remote.
But the remote is nowhere to be found.
So he can control it. So let's say you forget your remote. He can control it from right here, low, medium, high. Now, I personally recommend everybody keeping it on low every single night, all night. Let the animals get used to it because this is a dusk till dawn light. So you will most definitely have the most effectiveness if it's constantly on. Because it's going to come on every night. They're going to get used to it.
And the cool thing is there's a lot of other lights out there, and I'm not knocking them by any means, but this light has been, like I said, for 4 years it's been out and no maintenance. There's other lights out there that you have to put a new charge battery in. It only works for a couple of days, or you're moving them around from spot to spot, which you can do with these, put them on a temporary pole. But like I said, what I like about them the most is you put it together, you get it up, you get it going, there's no maintenance.
I actually put 2 of these up at my work.
Nice.
And we put them in a 5-gallon bucket with cement. So now we can move them throughout the terminal and light up, because these heads are interchangeable with red, green, white, and IR.
I know. Y'all did a Christmas special and had a red, what was it, a red, white, and green in
that's right.
each one of them. That was pretty neat.
It's got to be Christmas colors.
You could do white. I mean, the cool thing is that the pigs are going to get used to it no matter what. Whether you have white, whether you have red, green. In my opinion, it's all preference. I mean, some guys are like, hey, I only hunt with green lights. Hey, I only hunt with red lights. Yep. Whatever. You can have white lights out here, and if it's out here and the animals get used to it,
they're going to be used to white light.
Exactly.
Another cool thing is with the white, you can use it as a security light.
Correct.
Dock light, somewhere where you don't want to run electrical,
right?
Because it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. An old barn light. You know, a lot of people don't think about it, but if you run this wire through the wall and mount it on the outside so it catches the sun to charge up the battery, then you can light up the whole inside of the barn without having to have electricity ran to it. It's just different things that you think about that you could use a light for, and you're like, oh, yeah, I could use it for that.
Right.
But at the price point it's at $409.99, I think it's hard to beat.
Exactly. So it is. But you know, the night's young. We still got plenty of spots to check. We got other Exterminator 2-feeder lights to look at.
Oh, we're not done hunting?
No.
Oh, I thought we were done. I thought we were
Let's
done
go. Let's go.
Okay. Peace.